Listen, wrestling fans, that was a crazy ending to a Monday Night Raw, and probably the best Monday Night Raw I've seen in a very long time. What The Rock and Cody did, they started off the show, but they also ended the show. The beginning of the show was, to me, was okay, but we're gonna get to the end of the show. But let's just start off with what happened when Cody Rhodes opened up the show with a promo, and he was cooking. I would say Cody does a promo. He's telling us what happened. He's obviously building up the WrestleMania match. But something that we didn't expect happened because he wasn't supposed to be on the show was The Rock. Rock shows up and cuts. I mean, he doesn't do anything. He just kind of cuts Cody off. He kind of says something in his face. We, all as wrestling fans, we're all trying to figure out, what did he say? What did he say? And we don't know until the end of the night. And we'll talk about what it actually looks like right now. What up, Greg? I see you on the chats. What up, Sky? I see you over on Twitch. If you guys want to be a part of this live chat, it happens every single Monday. The recap on Twitch and on YouTube. So that's what you see in the comments. But let's go ahead and talk about what happens next. Judgment Day backstage. Obviously, Rhea's not happy. JD and Ricochet, for some apparent reason, have a rematch for WrestleMania or something like that. I'm not really sure what's happening with that, but you know what? It was cool. Ricochet versus I told somebody to take notes, and she put Farquad on here, but I'm guessing it's JD McDonagh. So Ricochet versus JD McDonagh go 1-on-1. I don't care what you guys say about JD McDonagh. The dude is underrated, but Ricochet be putting on them fire freaking matches. Ricochet was out here doing some things we haven't seen in a very long time, and I appreciate it. I appreciate it for what he has done. Listen, but Ricochet did win that match. Unfortunately, JD, I'm sorry. You're just not going to be Ricochet. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry. You're just out here jobbing, okay? That's what's happening right now. But after that, we have CM Punk promo. To me, was the best segment when it comes to mic work between Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins. And if you ask me who had the best mic work of the whole night, it was definitely Drew McIntyre. I say it over and over, I think Drew McIntyre is going to actually win the title. And maybe Damian Priest actually cashes in on him. I don't know. But we're going to bring Drew McIntyre back at the end of the show as well, because there were some Easter egg places all around the show. I was just loving it, because at one point, hell, we actually seen Drew McIntyre and Paul Heyman talking backstage. You know what I'm saying? So that's freaking crazy to me. Ricochet is underrated. Absolutely, May. Greg saying that Punk Rollins and Drew promo was fire. It certainly was. You know who's my least favorite, though? It was CM Punk. Even though we were in Chicago, I think Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre had it going on. So shout out to those guys for what they've been able to do. And it just made the match more interesting. I don't know. I think CM Punk is going to be commentary for the WrestleMania. He might get involved. I really don't know, man. I think WrestleMania is this going to be the best WrestleMania ever, to be honest with you. So again, dope promo between those three. And then what happens next? We quickly come from our commercial breaks and have Candice versus Ivy. And they were literally in the middle of a match. They had no entrance. However, it's because supposedly Drew McIntyre went over on what he was supposed to be doing. But you know what? He deserved that time. He killed it. And I'm excited. Drew McIntyre, man, he dropped the sword. He's a full heel. Did you notice he dropped the sword, by the way? Did you guys notice he actually dropped the sword? He did, because he's going on full heel, peoples. What was Paul Heyman talking to Drew McIntyre about? Vince, we're going to get to that in just a bit. We're going to get to that in just a bit, man. I love that you asked that question. So next thing that you have is New Day and DIY backstage going back and forth in the little promo exchange as well, until R-Truth and The Miz obviously come in to crack their jokes, because who was next? Yeah, it was DIY versus the New Day. That's what we actually had. But right while you see DIY, okay, you see DIY, and then you see the New Day having an exchange, but right in between them, right behind them, you actually had Drew McIntyre and Paul Heyman. And you guys mentioned this right here in the comments. We're going to talk about it because it actually leads to the end of the show. I'm not really sure what's going to happen, man, with Drew McIntyre, but I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to talk. Just wait. Be patient. Be patient. So then we also then have Awesome Truth at commentary for the DIY as the New Day. I must say, R-Truth killed it again. I mean, come on. R-Truth been there 30 plus years. The dude is good at whatever he does. Commentary, referee, in-ring work, backstage promos, 24/7 champion. R-Truth deserves to be a Hall of Famer, and he is going to be a Hall of Famer. So now we actually have DIY and the New Day in the middle of the ring, going not one-on-one, two-on-two, and for some apparent reason, the Judgment Day gets involved, and, they call it a disqualification. Now you have DIY, the New Day, both going to WrestleMania. I'm not against it. I'm okay with that. But what happens next is that everyone's in the ring. The Miz comes from commentary, gets involved as the Judgment Day is taking out everybody. Taking out the New Day. They're taking out DIY. They're taking out the Miz. But R-Truth, he's just on commentary. Like, hey, I'm not fighting today. I'm just on commentary. What happens? The Judgment Day tries to go get R-Truth. R-Truth's like, hey, man, I'm not fighting today. I'm on commentary. Like, back up. However, they take R-Truth. They throw him in the ring. R-Truth, though, he's standing his own right now. He's right hand, until they actually jumped R-Truth. It was pretty crazy. Show of dominance from Judgment Day. Absolutely psychology. Absolutely there. R-Truth killed it when everyone's fighting till Priest destroyed him. I agree, Gag. Who's Gag? Greg, I agree. Thank you so much for that, Greg. And then we have another Cody backstage segment, because they were trying to ask Cody, like, hey, what did The Rock say? Cody said, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. Okay? Pricey Pooh, I see you over there on TikTok. You super late, man. It's 11:30. The show's over. We're doing the recap right now. Where you at, man? Get over on YouTube. Get over on Twitch. Go to my bio. I need to see you in the comments. All right, so after that, you have Gunther backstage segment as well, giving his little promo. Listen, I really don't know what's happening between Gunther and Sami Zayn and Chad Gable. That whole storyline to me as well, really been cooking for the last type of 2 weeks. Bestie finally showed up. Yeah, Pricey Pooh showed up, man. Don't worry. We're going to have a conversation with Pricey Pooh. However, we did have that match, though. We had that match that was Andrade versus Vinci. All right? We had Vinci versus Andrade. This is Andrade's second match since he's came back. I don't know, again, Andrade also having these conversations with Dominic Mysterio, man. What is actually happening? Dominic and Andrade keep having these conversations. And I'm not 100% sure what's happening, but that was another Easter egg that was planted. A lot of things planted, guys. If you guys did not see this Raw, you got to go back and watch this Raw. Best Raw of 2024. Probably the best Raw in the last year and a half, to be very honest with you. The Raw, oh my God, it was cooking. I got to get to this main event. That's why I'm so hyped to tell you guys about this main event. So obviously, in this case, Andrade wins. Rhea promo calls out Becky. Becky actually gets very intense, starts crying and everything because Rhea Ripley decided to use her daughter's name in a promo. Rhea had to let her know that don't you ever use my daughter's name in a promo, because that'll be the last words that you actually say. Lots of Easter eggs there, psychology. I think Priest will get kicked out, possibly. However, very intense, but shout out to Dominic for taking that right hand. Becky laid him out. Becky laid him out cold, man. And Becky just kind of going after Dominic, going after Rhea Ripley. They were going at it. Obviously, the referee had to come and stop it. They needed that build to actually go to WrestleMania. I don't know who wins, guys. If you guys know who wins, put into the comment, because right now, either lady can actually win, all right? Then after that, we actually have Becky. We talked about that. Sami and Chad backstage segment, pretty much because Sami was going to go against Bronson Reed. So Chad is like, hey, man, focus on Bronson Reed. Focus on Bronson Reed. I don't know what the heck Sami's got going on or Chad has going on with Sami, by the way. Like, I almost feel like he's stalking Sami. But I know what it is. He wants to be in that match, and he's just trying to maybe weasel his way in. I'm not 100% sure what's really happening there. But yeah, they had a backstage segment. Then you actually have Bronson versus Sami. And I really thought Sami was going to win this match. But believe it or not, Gunther comes in, stands over at the actual ring entrance or, entrance ramp. And Sami, as always, kind of gets distracted. Oh, my God, it's Gunther at the top of the ramp. And Bronson Reed actually wins that match. Pretty crazy. VSW says, note to self, don't talk crap about Becky's daughter. Yeah. So after that loss, we then get Bronson to win. We have Jay's segment. Jay's kind of talking about what's going on here, what's going to happen at the main event. We get Jimmy and Solo to kind of cut him off and let him know that we here. And this also ties in to the main event, all right? So that ties into the main event. Then we have Jay versus Shinsuke. Everybody gets involved. What happens is we got Jay in the ring, all right? We got Shinsuke having a good old match. But who actually comes to the crowd? Of course, is Jimmy and Solo. But remember that right before Jay actually went out, Seth and Cody stopped him and said, hey, well, actually, Seth stopped him and said, hey, don't worry, you're not alone. Me and Cody got your back. So as Jimmy and Solo try to get involved, guess what happens? Cody and Seth also interfere. We thinking that Jay's probably going to lose, but no, Jay actually wins this match. So then what happens? This is getting crazy. You guys sitting down for this? All right, you guys sitting down for this? So you get Jimmy and I can't remember who he's fighting, but anyway, they end up backstage somewhere, right? They end up backstage somewhere having a good old time. And after this is happening, we then get Cody Rhodes just laying at it. I think he's laying at it. Hey, TikTok, stop making noise. TikTok's out here playing some music or something. TikTok, cut it out, okay? We're in the middle of a recap. We don't need the foolery over there, okay? So anyway, Cody laying it at Jimmy. And who comes out of nowhere? Yeah, the final boss, The Rock, the Brahma Bull, the People's Champ, just laying it on Cody, laying on Cody. Yeah, throw him a trash can. I mean, he may feel a little bit out of breath. It's all good. But going at it, they end up outside in the rain, guys. In the freaking rain, like some Attitude Era type stuff, okay? Outside in the rain. And The Rock just kind of laid it to him, man. Sending him into his own tour bus. Sending him right into that bus. Busting him open. Taking the blood and putting it on his weight belt that says Mama Rhodes. Trash talking Cody. Saying, Cody, you brought this upon yourself. You did this. You thought I was going to just let you slap me in the face and it was going to be okay? Listen, guys. That segment, just that last segment was like about 5 minutes long. If you didn't go see it, I tell you one thing, you got to go see it. There's some things we haven't seen in a very long time, I must say. The Rock showed absolutely no mercy, says VSW. That's exactly right. The Rock, aka the People's Nightmare, absolutely Skywalker. You guys got to go back and watch that segment. The Raw, if I had to rate the show, it was a 9 out of 10. I will pass the show. Okay, this is the highest rating I've given a Raw in a very long time. May says I was waiting for someone to hit once of them with a car like it's 2001 or something. Hell, I thought The Rock was going to throw Cody over the concrete wall. I don't know. It's getting really intense. The rain made it seem really good. Guys, do me a favor. Go back and just watch these highlights. It's crazy. I appreciate you being here on the recap with me. My name is Mr. Know Your Wrestling. You can catch me every Monday, every Friday doing the recap after the show, and you can catch me live at 8 p.m. on Mondays and Fridays. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. My name is Mr. Know Your Wrestling. I'll see you guys on the next one. Laters.